Igor Rudev, SMP Racing by AVF, today making history in the circuit of the Americas in your second win of the season.
Yeah, it was a really good race. I knew I had the pace straight from the beginning, and on the pit stop we didn't have some agreement with the team, so I accidentally boxed one lap later than I used to. But after that I knew that I just need to defend from Alex for 1 or 2 laps when my tires get up to temperature, and after that it was all done. I was pushing till the end and just to see how fast I can go, but great race. Massive thanks to AVF and SMP Racing.
With Fittipaldi and some other front contenders out of the race today, you think that maybe there is an open door for you in Bahrain waiting for you?
Yeah, I think the gap decreased now a lot. Unfortunately, I had bad round last time, so hopefully we can keep up this form into Bahrain.
Thank you. Okay, Cristina. Igor.
So the standings from this race: Igor Orachev in first place, Alex Blau in second place, and Menchaca with Fortec Motorsports managing to get back onto the podium. The next round will be in Bahrain, and we have 2 more races, a pit stop race on the Sunday and then a non-pit stop race first. But we have Bahrain races 1 and 2 for those 17th and 18th of November, and then Circuit of the Americas today for the 6 hours of the FIA World Endurance Championship at 5:30 p.m. Tomorrow it is the season finale, the double points finisher. Will Joseph Newgarden be able to do it tomorrow from 11:30 p.m? So it was an interesting start with a gap missing from Rene Binder's car and one of the RP Motorsports cars also stalling. Alex Palau getting just enough of a good start off the start line, and Fittipaldi just starting to catch up behind, who later had turmoil.
Yeah, it was a good start from Palau though. You just saw getting a little bit of wheel spin out of turn 1, but generally quite assured and managing to keep the lead ahead of Orodsev. You see the cars of Binder and Kanemaru there struck in the pit lane by problems. They would eventually get out, but our interest was taken up with the battle at the front. And this in particular, Pietro Fittipaldi, our championship leader, bouncing across the gravel with some sort of a problem which we're not sure about, but that put him out of the race.
Yeah, so that was one of the key moments maybe of this year. We will find out a little bit more about that. And here is when the pit stop window started to open and the AV crew started to cheer on as they knew they had got the number 5 car of Igor out just in time in front of Palau.
And then our attention would switch to the midfield battle. Could Asakian maintain his podium position? In the end, he would lose.
Silence before this game. Memory of victims of the flooding in Livorno. The away fans in healthy voice and in healthy numbers. Hoping to see a long overdue Bologna victory on this ground. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Artemio Franchi. I'll be your commentator, Andrew Pickering, for this 66th Derby dell'Alpennino as Fiorentina take on Bologna, the home side looking to build on that emphatic 5-0 away victory, their biggest away win in 58 years, recorded last week against Verona at the Bentegodi. Bologna go in search of their first win on this ground since 2010. They have a terrible record in this fixture on this ground. They haven't even scored a goal at the Franchi since 2011. A decent crowd packed in to this 43,000 capacity stadium, hoping to see some of the goals and a continuation of the goals that saw Fiorentina bag 5 last week against Verona. the anthem over and done with, and now for the formality of the handshakes. Meanwhile, we'll run through some team news. Unsurprisingly, Stefano Piolo makes no changes from last week's impressive victory at the Bentegodi. That means Cyril Terreau is in for his home debut for Fiorentina since joining in the summer from Udinese. He opened his account for Fiorentina against Verona last week. For Bologna, there's two changes from their 3-0 loss against Napoli last time out. Injuries to defenders Di Maio, Maeta and Torresidis means it's a debut for Bologna for Giancarlo Gonzalez since his summer move from Palermo. And in a slightly surprising move, the other change sees Safir Teider in for Bologna's Mattia Destro. Amar usually leading the line for Roberto Donadoni's man, but today starts on the bench. As we said before today's game, we will be having a minute's silence for the victims of flooding in Livorno. There's Roberto Donadoni. Plenty to think about for him. Managed to avoid a repeat of the 7-1 loss at Napoli from last season, but his team still went down 3-0. Here we will have a minute's silence for kick-off. Impeccably observed minute silence, turning in to some applause and a few banners showing solidarity with the fatalities and the flooding in that part of the world. But now our attention turns to matters on the pitch. Federico Chiesa showing some warm applause to the home fans. Giovanni Simeone opened his account last week. Paolo Guerreri gets us underway. Fiorentina kick us off in Tuscany. And they're straight on the attack. Chiesa can't quite keep that in. Fiorentina, 6 goals this season, 5 of them coming last week. Can they continue that? And also continue this fantastic record they have against Bologna?